Okay, so that should be good. All right, it's going. So, right. So, yeah, Amanda, please, if you could, if you'd like to say a word.
Happy to. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. If you want to go to the next slide. My name's Amanda Harwood. I do like the title of president. That would be fun, but I'm the technical group chair.
Oh,
Not as fancy as being a president, but I'll take it. I'm currently the chair. I've been for about a year, and I'll be turning the reins over next year. I work at Northrop Grumman as a operations manager in our space sector, and I'm just really excited to see what we have coming this year. I'd like to turn it over to the rest of our leadership team to introduce themselves. Phil, since I know your audio is working, you want to lead off?
all right. Phil, I'm a professor at the Polytechnique Montreal, and I'm the technical program chair-elect, which means that I help Arjun to prepare the conference. And so we get to do the sessions, organize reviews, and get the session chairs. So that's the work we did. I see Arjun is coming. So Arjun, we're introducing yourself. If you would like to say a word about yourself. I don't know
Uh,
if it's
Hello.
Arjun. All right,
Sorry,
there.
some audio issues here. Yeah, good afternoon, good morning to folks on the call. Arjun Rao, I'm the current technical program chair, working with Philippe and this wonderful leadership team in helping getting things organized for the upcoming conference. And a lot of credit to Philippe and the other leadership members in getting the town hall stood up and the other engagements that we're trying to have with our membership. So thank you, and look forward to the interactions.
All right, that's good. We also have volunteers, student volunteers, and professional volunteers. So if you would like to say a word.
Sure, I can start. I'm Katie. I'm a student volunteer. I'm a PhD student at Clemson University.
Hi, I'm Rodrigo. I'm a safety engineer at Beta Technologies, an eVTOL company, and I'm a professional volunteer helping out with lots of little assorted tasks in the TG.
I am a student volunteer, and I will begin my PhD at Polytechnique Montreal. I'm Jan. Sorry.
All right, thanks, man.
I'm Shraddha Swaroop. I am a volunteer as well, and I'm currently a researcher over at University of California, San Francisco, on a ergonomics team and we're doing a study for the USDA. And I am just doing for the ASTG here, whatever myriad tasks that they have for us, but it's an exciting place to be and with leadership here. And we'll be a chair for the accident analysis task or panel at Aspire. So looking forward to seeing you all there.
Okay, and I think that's all of our leadership. So we can go to the next chart. And we'd like to do a little bit of an icebreaker. So Rodrigo, I think you're going to host this for us. Awesome.
Yeah, so if everybody can please just go to slido.com and you can just put that number in where it asks you to fill in the number for the event that you're taking part in. And we'll do a little bit of aerospace trivia to test your knowledge of lots of different fields within aerospace. The prize for the winner is going to be a round of applause and congratulations. We don't really have any prizes, but hopefully this will get everybody excited and thinking about the diversity of things that are going on in aerospace. So let me go ahead and get this started. Let me know if you all are able to join.
I can put my screen for people to see the result for people online, but
Sure.
oh no, I'm logged in. Oh, damn it.
You're also going to be sharing with everybody what your answers are. So
no, okay, no, I'm not doing that.
I can share my screen and
okay.
and and we'll go through there.
I don't want people to see the extent of my lack of knowledge.
Far too modest there, Phil.
Ugh.
Let me know if you all can see my screen.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
All right. Has everybody joined who's going to join? Or do we still have folks that are joining?
So if people need help, so I put in the link in the chat and the number as well, so you can just copy that.
Mm-hmm. You can also scan this QR code and it'll take you there.
Oh, cool.
There, I finally am enjoying. I'm in there now.
All right. I see we have 15 participants in the Slido and 18 in the Zoom call. So is anybody still trying to join? All right, I'm going to take that as meaning everybody is in, and we'll go ahead and get started. This is an 8-question quiz, and they're all going to be multiple choice. So just pick whichever answer you think is correct. We'll get started with question 1. What Mars rover was operational for the longest number of days? So you've got opportunity, curiosity, spirit, and adversity. That's time. Okay, overwhelmingly the people have chosen curiosity. The correct answer was opportunity. Curiosity is still going, but opportunity was there for longer. So we'll go on to the next question. The last flight of a space shuttle took place in what decade? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, or the 2010s? I think everyone here was alive.
Even Gen Z could answer that question. That's what you mean.
Okay, about half of us think it's the 2010s, and that half of us are correct. It was in 2011. Third question, the line, ground control to Major Tom, opens what David Bowie song? Is it Life on Mars, Space Oddity, Rocket Man, or Starman? And if you try to tell me this isn't aerospace engineering, I will be very disappointed.
I'm not sure we specified engineering though, so I think you're
not
safe.
necessarily engineering, yes. Okay, about half of us think it's Space Oddity, and that is correct. Good job. Question 4. According to the Airports Council International, what was the busiest airport in the world by passenger traffic in 2023? Was it Dubai, New York JFK, Dallas Fort Worth, or Atlanta?
I forgot my umbrella.
Oh, is it still raining?
Yeah.
Okay, we're kind of split between New York and Atlanta. And surprisingly, it is Atlanta. It is the hub for Delta Airlines. And that there's just so many flights coming out of Delta that it makes Atlanta the busiest airport in the world. Next, according to 14 CFR 91113, if all of these aircraft are heading towards each other, which of them has the right of way in the air? Is it a hot air balloon, a glider, a tanker, or an airship? Which of these has the preference in the air, the right of way? Okay, most of us think hot air balloon, and this is actually in that regulation. You can go in there and see for yourself. A hot air balloon has the right of way over all these different types of aircraft. So if you have a glider or a tanker that's currently refueling another airplane and it's heading towards the hot air balloon, it has to move. The hot air balloon has the right of way because it's less controllable than the other ones. And this can actually come up on your FAA pilot's test. So good to know. Next question. After the United States, what country in the world contains the most airports? Is it Brazil? Is it Australia? Is it China? Or is it India?
Damn it, which one is it? China?
Ilana, I'm not sure if you realize you're unmuted.
Oh, sorry.
Most of us think China. Some of us think India. You're all wrong. It's Brazil. The United States still has twice the amount of airports that Brazil has, but Brazil is the second country with the most airports in the world. Next, what kind of animal was the first mammal to go into space? Was it a guinea pig, a dog, a monkey, or a person? Okay, most of us think dog. It is actually a monkey. It was a rhesus macaque called Albert II, and unfortunately he did not survive the landing. But he was the first mammal to go into space, so went down in history. And the final question, who would win in a fight? An Airbus Beluga, 2 Goodyear blimps, 10 Wright Flyers, or 100 hang gliders? Who would win? This is the trickiest one.
Is there a right answer?
There is a right answer. All of them. It's whoever you think is the strongest. And
Oh,
that was
good.
the
I got
final
one
question.
right.
There you go. We wanted to give everybody a freebie. Congratulations, Amy. You got 5 out of 8 correct. Hopefully this was fun and you learned something new. You get your round of applause and your congratulations. And I'll turn it back over to Amanda and Phil for the rest of the town hall.
All right, congratulations, Amy. I mean, we've learned it here about that hot air balloon regulation.
Thanks,
Yeah,
that was
that's very
fun.
cool.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Right, that's very cool. Thank you a lot, Rodrigo, for that. So we'll have another opportunity after the technical person to get to know each other. All right, so I just want to give heads up. So HFES Aspire will start in 10 days from now. Just to give you an overview of the schedule. So it starts on Monday with the workshop. So they are paid workshops. So you have to register if you want to go to one of those. And then it will be the opening gala on Monday evening. And then the rest of the week is a mix of lectures and plenary sessions throughout the day. So that's the general schedule. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is the last day of the session, and it will end around noon for that. All right, so that's what to expect. And now for the Aerospace TG, so our session. So this year we have 7 sessions spread from Tuesday to Thursday. Tuesday is essentially on UAM and urban air mobility and advanced air mobility. Our busiest day will be Wednesday because it has also the poster session in the evening. So that will be open. So we only have one poster session. So there's another poster session on Thursday, but that's different TGs. So Aerospace is only on the Wednesday if you want to see those posters. And then the closing day will be on Thursday. This year we will hand out 2 Best Paper Award. So one for Student Best Paper Award and one for the overall Best Paper Award. And so those decisions were based on the peer review scores that were handed out. So we'll be able to give it at the session to the authors who deserved it. All right, and so if some of you here will present during one of those sessions, so this year each session is 1 hour, and we have 3 presentations during that block. So that means 20 minutes per presentation, and we want to have some time for questions, so Q&A. So you can expect about 15 minutes of a technical talk, and then about up to 5 minutes of Q&A per presentation, and then we move on to the next one. And so that one session, 1 hour, is the same for panel discussion or lectures. So that just gives us a heads up, and I think it gives a good opportunity to have sufficient technical discussion and a Q&A with everyone. All right, so that's just some of the instruction of what to expect at this year Aspire. And yeah, that's all we had. So I hope we'll be able to see all of you there this year in Phoenix. So that's all I had for instruction this year.
Phil, I wanted to mention that there's a first timers reception right before the 6 o'clock reception. It's I feel like 5:15 or 5:30 for those people that are new, or even if you're not new, I guess you can come to it as well. So just wanted to put that out there.
Right.
Do we,
if it's your yeah, please.
I was gonna actually ask the folks online if anyone is a first timer this year.
This is Zenab.
So to be your first time at HFES this year?
It will be.
All right, that's cool. So you can go at the reception, and they give what do they call that? Stickers, where you can identify and add to your badge as a first time. It's a sticker that you can add to your badge, and we really take this opportunity to go to talk with you people. So if you want to talk with people, having that first time badge stickers is really the best way to get people to get to talk to you. So it's really a good opportunity to network with the other folks.
Great, I'll grab one.
All right, cool. So this is the networking session. Do we have other? Do you guys have questions regarding HFES, regarding the Aspire conference, or the schedule?
Or any requests or recommendations from your leadership team for this ASTG throughout the year versus just at the conference?
All right, so Ricardo's asking, what's your favorite part of the conference? Amanda, I'll let you answer this one.
Sure thing. My favorite part's actually the little coffee breaks in between, because then you can talk to the presenters and catch up with people you haven't seen since grad school, or if you're in grad school still, maybe catch a professor that you have cited recently, and you get to actually talk to them about their papers. It's a really great opportunity, and it's very casual.
I really enjoyed the networking sessions. Opportunity either at the opening gala and then during the rest of the week. It's one of the few occasions we have to get to talk with other researchers that we read about, we know their name, but we've never had the chance to meet them. So it's really, I guess, the best part of that of the whole conference. That's the point of going there.
Yeah, I'll second that. The networking events that happen are just such a highlight for me. And I also like the poster presentations because you get to kind of hop around and talk to different people. It's a little bit more personal than attending the panels and such, although those are great too. But just meeting the other people is, I think, the best part.
I would say the same thing. Last year was my first conference, and it's when you walk in, it's a little overwhelming because there's just so many people, and I had come off of writing my thesis, and there's so many of those people are physically there that I had cited in my paper, my research. And so I was intimidated because they're just like so prolific. But when you walk in there and you meet them, and they're super nice, like everyone's so nice and just wants to nurture you, and they're like so amazing. So it's this huge group of people that you may not know, you only know through reputation and through their work, but actually end up being friends and mentors to you. So as many people as you can, say hello to, you should. And they will, if you can seek them out, they will be very nice to you and very helpful in ways that you cannot imagine upon arrival. So I would say, again, just kind of concurring with everyone here, just meet the people and networking and talking, chatting, conversations, all of that. It really opened up a lot to me. So I had a really good experience, much more than I could have ever imagined walking in there. So I hope the same for those people that are new, and or all of us really, that are going back to this year.
All right, very cool. Thank you, Shraddha. Brian is asking if there was a solicitation for paper reviewers for this conference. So we did not do an open call for reviewers. We went through the 2 years previous reviewers and we asked them to review again for this year. But definitely for the next conference. So next year, I'll just do an open call on the user forum and to solicit more reviewers. So they changed the review cycle this year. It's based on abstract. It was a 1,000-word abstract this time. It used to be a full paper that we review. Now it's abstract. So it resulted in having more contribution, but of a shorter time period. So definitely having more reviewers will be helpful. So yeah, it's a good point, Brian. I'll pay attention to that for next year. All right, Aspire. All right, good. Any other comments or question regarding Aspire? Otherwise, we'll open the microphone. And if you don't have any other questions.
I was going to ask, I don't know if I missed it, but is there any opportunity for this group to get together for those who are actually attending the conference, like formal opportunity?
So that's a good question, Adam. Thanks for it. We actually have a much smaller venue than we typically do. So HFES has asked all of the TGs to hold their business meeting outside, if possible, of the main conference. So we'll be at the opening reception and we'll be around. We don't have a formal business meeting, but we could potentially pick a night and meet up or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
And then we will be having a business meeting after Aspire for all of the formal annual budget review and things like that.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right, cool. If you have other questions, you can ask them in the chat or take the microphone. So I see, so Amy is wishing you a good conference this year. Thanks, Amy. All right, so now, I mean, you'll have the opportunity to talk. So we've been talking for some time now, but now Rodrigo, I'm handing over to you.
Yeah, this one is a simpler icebreaker. We just want to get to know the folks that are in the TG, learn a little bit more about you, and give you the opportunity to meet everybody else that's in the group as well. So what we wanted to do is just go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves. The basics that we want is your name, where you work or where you go to school, how long you've been in the field, and the coolest aerospace project you've ever worked on. If you're not from the aerospace field originally, and if you don't have a coolest aerospace project, just the coolest project that you've worked on that you'd like to share with us, and that you're authorized to share with us as well, please. So I can go first, or actually, we've already introduced ourselves, but I'll say at least.
I was gonna say, do you want to do the bingo at the same time, or?
We can do that afterwards, or yeah,
Okay.
let's
Okay,
introduce
cool.
ourselves and then we'll do that one.
All right.
So yeah, like I said, my name is Rodrigo. I work at Beta Technologies, an eVTOL company. I just started here 2 months ago, but I've been in the aerospace and kind of human factors world since I started undergrad about 6 years ago. The coolest project I've ever worked on was some kind of detective style work that I did when I interned in an acoustics team in aviation. There was a little bit of vibration that was introduced in the aircraft by a design change, and we could not tell where it was coming from or how to get rid of it. And so we spent a long time doing lots of simulations, flying the airplane out to identify what was causing this vibration and what was the smallest fix that we could make and least expensive fix we could make to get rid of it. That was very interesting. I enjoy that kind of detective style work. I'll pass it on to somebody else. Maybe Phil.
Oh, come on.
You're the first person that shows up for me.
All right. So I'm at Polytechnique Montreal right now. I was hired 5 years ago as a professor. And before that, I worked a number of years in human factor engineering at Bombardier Aerospace. And the coolest project I've ever worked on was to do the human factor certification of Bombardier's C-Series aircraft, which was their new airline aircraft. And I spent 1,000 of hours in the flight sim to do 1302 usability tests and pilot error analysis. And those were the best days of my life, I think. So now I get to do the same. But I get to teach others about that. So I just want to mention that. All right. All right, that's it for me.
All right, maybe Amanda?
Sure thing. I already told you I work at Northrop. I've been there for about 6 years, I want to say, in the industry for almost 12. Coolest project is called DARPA Offset. It was a swarm robotics project, and you can actually look it up on YouTube. And we were developing a UI and interfacing environment for combined ground and air multi-domain systems to work autonomously in swarms together. So that was a pretty cool project. I would like to pass it over maybe to one of our brave attendees who wants to speak up.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll jump up. So, give me 1 second. Sorry, I was actually going to turn on my camera. So yeah, my name is Adam Larry. I work at Garmin International in human factors. I'm a human factors engineer here. Been in aerospace and at Garmin for about a little over 3 years. Formerly, I was in medical with Cerner doing human factors research for electronic health record software. Coolest project I've been working on is really human factors certification of our avionics, so running pilot evaluations on our flight simulator, also talking about things like 251302, Philip. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun getting on the flight simulator and seeing how pilots make decisions and seeing how we can improve our designs.
Hey, y'all. I'm Brian Osterman, Senior Human Factors Engineer and Business Development Leader for Centier Research Labs. Working remotely out of Florida, but company's based out of Dayton, Ohio, across from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Been with the company coming up on 4 years now. Coolest project with Centier was what started out as a 36-month program, scheduled to evaluate 36 aircraft for the career enlisted aviators. Turned into 18 months due to some good design of experiments to mitigate the project. But the task was when the pilots eliminated their height and weight standards to fit in the pilot seat, the enlisted flyers lost their standard. And so those new standards had to be addressed. And in doing so, we were able to increase the diversity of the gene pool of enlisted flyers to be eligible to fly. Now I've got 35 years of experience in aviation and human factors, originating from 25 years in the Air Force as a graybeard helicopter operator to flight test as both military and civilian. Great forum today. Thanks.
All right, sounds very cool, Brian. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Xiaoying, and I also go by XY, just to say that's the coolest initial I have ever seen. So I'm the fourth year PhD student here at Arizona State University. So yeah, you're really going to see me in Phoenix during this year's HFES. And I'm going to have, it's actually also the coolest aerospace project that I'm currently working on. Is a space challenge-based project. So we kind of build up a scenario with different agents that trying to finish a high-risk space-based mission, and people need to communicate with each other. And we all know that how it is difficult to communicate, and there is also latency, a lot of challenges, and also the training and the background and the languages. So we did a project on that, and we tested the test bed and built up a scenario with all the agents And right now, based on this scenario, kind of study some like resilient engineering. And so far, we're working on trying to find out if there is a supervisory artificial intelligence that we can train into this kind of team and trying to help people to management this kind of communication. So yeah, looking forward to, I will have a fast talk, a lightning session talk on that, and also a poster on that project. So yeah, if you are interested, come to me.
All right, sounds cool. Thanks for sharing that.
I can hop in. Amy Alexander. I'm a human factors researcher at MIT Lincoln Lab. I'm in the air traffic control weather systems group. I've also done some teaching on MIT campus during COVID. That was interesting. Let's see, my first aviation project was back in the late 90s during my undergrad at Ohio State. And then I went on to the University of Illinois and got my PhD under Chris Wickens. Let's see, coolest project. It had to be a toss-up. So flight sim studies are my happy place. And I've done a number of high fidelity studies at NASA Langley and the FAA Tech Center. So those are probably the coolest things I've worked on.
I'll volunteer next.
Yeah, sure.
My name is Amina Roberts. I work for the U.S. Navy. I've only been, it's naval aviation in particular, so that's how it relates to aerospace. I've only been doing what I've been doing for a year about. So I'm still like learning a lot. Previously I did consulting at a consultant agency, but there was like nothing with aerospace. So I came in with no knowledge of anything aeronautics, nothing military, and yeah, just working on a few projects. I'm still trying to understand like what I can and cannot talk about, but just some things, not too many projects yet, still kind of new. I hope to really work on some cool stuff. I'm working on one cool thing right now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is my first time attending or even joining this TG. I just wanted to attend.
All right, well, that's cool, Amina. I hope you'll enjoy the session.
Thank
I
you.
assume I'll jump in next. My name is Pascal Severin. I'm joining from Munich, Germany today. Also my first time joining a TG meeting, which is why I'm here. Just wanted to get into the loop on who is and what's going on and who is here. I've been in the aerospace industry for around about 2 years now, so relatively fresh, always interested. Used to work at Airbus Defense on FCAS related tasks, so the Future Combat Air System project of Europe. Now working for a smaller company, startup sized, also in the same consortium, focusing on human autonomy teaming issues and interface design. Coolest project I was ever able to work on was a space robotics human factors study conducted by the French and the German Aerospace Center, during which we did zero-G evaluations of a very specific test, which allowed me to be part of a parabolic flight campaign, which made it very interesting to work on the project.
Well, merci, Sylvain.
Hi, I can share next.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, my name is Nora Slatovic, and this is gonna be my third year in the HFES conference. And I saw some of you, especially Rodrigo and other guys at the conference. That was my first time meeting some of you. And I think just joining this session the first time, but I think I'm enrolled in the email listing. I'm not sure. So I graduated last year from San Jose State, and I'm still looking for my next job to start working as a UX researcher. I'm based in the Bay Area, San Francisco. And while I was at San Jose State, I did an internship at the NASA Ames Research Center in Mountain View. We were working on developing a survey research and about pilot. We were interested in finding out what comes to pilot safety and what builds their resilience and their what comes to their resilience. And so I'm not really I'm not in the field for so long, but I think I'm interested in aviation, and so the only research that I did was that NASA project, and it was fun. Actually, no, I once were a participant at NASA here in the Ames Center to test like they were testing transportation, like well, I might have to get back because I don't remember all the words that I need to say, but it was really fun. They had like a testing vehicle that they tested the air shuttles, like the space shuttles as well. So they used it for human transportation mobility kind of test, and it was really cool to just sit in and then just try the ride out. Yeah, thanks.
Do user test is the best part of our
Yeah,
job, I think.
yeah.
So yeah, that's great.
It was fun.
I can go next. My
Okay.
name is Zainab. I am a human factors engineer at Collins Aerospace. I've been at Collins and in the industry for about 7 years. I worked in healthcare IT and medical device a little bit before I moved over to the aerospace industry. The coolest aerospace project I've worked on is hands down our ejection seat business. It's pretty fun to put humans in that environment and work on them. Unfortunately, it's not my full-time job, but I have supported it.
All right, welcome, Zena.
Thank you.
All right, I guess
I
I'll
can
go
go.
next. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so so this is my first time joining ASTG meeting also. I graduated last year from French Civil Aviation University. I've been in the aviation industry for 1 year now. Apart from that, I've had a lot of experience in computer science development and user experience. I think my most interesting project was last year when I was doing an internship for my engineering degree in France with Philippe. I worked with Philippe on improving the usability of CPDLC. And the collaboration went so well that I decided to join his team to start a PhD in aeronautics, human factors at Polytechnique Montreal in winter 2025.
All right, thanks, Jan. I look forward to working with you. If you guys want to hear about CPDLC usability, just write to Jan. We did cool work on the topic. All right, I think Ricardo wanted to say a word.
Yeah, hey all. I guess I'll go. I think I'm the last one, so I'll go last. My name is Ricardo. I recently finished my PhD at the University of Oklahoma in Industrial Systems Engineering, but I'm sticking around Oklahoma 1 more year as a postdoc in school. I've been doing a lot of human factors work in air traffic control as part of my graduate degree, so I've been doing it throughout the entire time. And the coolest aerospace project that I worked on was actually my first project in human factors in aviation, where I got to travel to air traffic control towers in Denver, Minneapolis, and Paul as international as part of a project to learn about how tower controllers, specifically local controllers, those folks that issue, clear to lands, clear to takeoffs to aircraft, just kind of how they visually search the environment using eye tracking technology. And it was really cool because I got to talk to so many awesome air traffic controllers, and kind of was the pinpoint that I said, hey, this field is awesome and I want to continue doing it. And I got a PhD on it. So nice to meet you guys.
All right, thanks, Ricardo.
Hi, my name is Jason. Right now I'm going to school in San Jose State and pursuing my master's degree in human factors. So I'm fairly new, probably like 2 weeks. Last year I did go to the human factors convention. I think sometimes I get kind of curious and I go off the deep end, but hopefully I get a bigger picture of how the whole field is and how aerospace field is. I think the coolest thing I've ever done are when it comes to aerospace is I met Carl J. Bobko. He was a astronaut. I got a signature, so it's unfortunately he passed away, but I thought it was pretty cool meeting him.
All right, super, Jason. Maybe just a word for new professionals or students graduating. I mean, this year, if you attended Aspire, we'll have a discussion panel on how to join the industry. So that's on Wednesday afternoon. And it looks very exciting with people from a variety of background explaining their career path and how that could maybe help you in developing your own work. So it's a very cool, exciting opportunity if you guys want to learn more about that. All right, I think everyone got a chance to say a word. Yeah, all right, that's cool. All right. Well, I'm glad to meet you all of you guys, as part of that TG, and I hope we can hang out at Aspire this year. Okay,
Alrighty.
so
Unless anyone has any other questions. Oh, we do have bingo. That's right.
Yeah, if we still want to do it, we've got 15 minutes.
So like 15 minutes, or we can have an open discussion as well for.
Yeah, we have another icebreaker where we can do an open discussion, whatever people prefer.
Is it possible to put the link? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, let me hold on a second.
Is it possible to put the link on the description?
All right, there. All right, so I put the link in the chat. Oh, sorry, nope.
Okay,
Here,
seems like we have
all right,
people
here you go.
asking for. Yeah, we have people asking for open discussion in the chat as well.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, here we go. All right, sure. Discussion. I guess, I mean, one of the questions I can hand to you, to the attendees. What would you like to hear from the TG? I mean, we try to put some activities, try to give some, newsletter, but we don't know, but I would like to know more. What do you expect from our TG? What would you like to learn, or opportunity we'd like to learn about? And if we could know more about that, then we'll spend more time to try to develop those for you. So I don't know if someone would like to comment on that.
So, because I'm also on another TG, the human AI technique group. So each of the months, they always have a guest speaker for like a brown bag stuff that was talking about their own research, or people from industry talking about their recent project. So I was wondering if do we have this kind of thing for our group for ASTG?
We haven't done one yet, but it is something that we've discussed. So where we put our efforts depends on what you guys say. So we'll write down that we want more of those brown bag lunches. So over Zoom or something like that.
Yeah, that would be exciting to, especially for students like me, to hear more about like frontier research and projects.
That's a good point. We'll try to get that ready. Thanks for sharing that.
Can you talk a little bit about what those are in those brown bags? Is it members do they talk about like a day in the life or the research that they do at the different companies, so that we can, structure that a little bit?
I think most of those are actually the research projects that mostly come from academia, that researchers or professors was talking about their recent research. So like the most recent research that they were doing is Dr. Jamie Bronan, which is also my advisor, who are talking about our project that we're doing about dynamic measurement of trust with human AI teaming. So and it was like a 45 minutes speech and a 15-minute Q&A each month, I believe. Sometimes they actually have a more frequent, and sometimes if no one's like speaking, or if it's like, for example, like during HFES, I think they kind of extend that gap. But yeah, nearly every month.
And it's an online discussion? It's online?
Yeah, it's holding online, but I believe they also have a physical location at Arizona State sometimes. Yeah, but it's mostly online.
All right.
I would say one of the main reasons why I joined the TG, apart from just curiosity of what was going on, was I'm under the impression constantly while I'm working in the field that I'm currently working on, is that a lot of the work that we are working on right now has been done to some capacity in the past, and rediscovering the lessons of the past, so to speak. And if it's only 15, 20 years ago, is so hard if it should be so easy. And I was hoping to be able to connect with people, because that was the way that I thought I could kind of conquer this obstacle, or at least improve my access to that kind of information. I was hoping to connect with people who simply have been around for a little longer, or who simply know much more about previous work than I do. For example, this is the first time today that I heard about offset, which, while I'm going through the short description on DARPA.mil, sounds like it ran into the same issues that I've heard about in the past, but still sounds very interesting. So just as a kind of a little hint, this kind of accessibility to what happened in the past and what were the issues that people came across in the past during research. If there was any way, and I don't have a good idea right now about it, except for saying hello to you and then hoping to be able to contact you in the future, or the other way around. If there was any way to kind of send out newsletters with like, this is what we're currently working on, and by the way, in the past there was this and this and this also, that would be amazing.
All right, sounds very good. Sounds a good
That's
idea.
a really good idea, especially
Yeah.
for people in academia that have to do that literature research in that specific area, and pulling that out. I don't know if that, I mean, because we're on so many different areas, so I don't know how helpful that would be, but just we have a website to have different areas where we could put some of that. And then people in industry can know to go into those areas, and then at least it's been, compiled, and you can go and look at it. And then later on, whoever needs it could. That's a really excellent idea. Thank you for bringing that up.
I think it would be a fun idea to start out as, for example, once a semester newsletter about a current topic of research and challenge, for example, e-mobility, or well, that's a little harder to get into, but the system of systems approach around NGAD and so on, or all these kinds of issues, or for example, single pilot certification for commercial aircraft, which some companies are working on. So these kinds of frontiers of focused work in our field and overlapping fields, and then maybe there wouldn't be, you wouldn't even have to structure it ahead of time. Maybe some sort of research result or project result or cancellation or whichever it is would come in, and you'd say, okay, this is an interesting topic. Here's what they've been recently been working on, and if you remember or you know, or it's not too hard to look up and ask people that know. And in the past, these attempts have been made, and then just publish it as like a once in a semester or once in a quarter, as a quarterly. And as you kind of send it out, then also put it into the website as something that people can stumble across in the future. That would be great. Or maybe just bi-yearly, something like this.
Yeah, definitely something we could look into. I can't promise that exact format, but if you ever have a question where you're like, oh man, I wish I knew someone with this background, feel free to post to the thread through the new through the company, or not the company, the website, and folks from the TG will probably respond and answer with at least, hey, have you checked out, this article or this lab, and at least point you in the right direction.
Yeah, great.
There's also the
Actually,
LinkedIn site as well. So whichever is easiest for you, because it's basically the same people are available on both of those areas.
I think Adam wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I kind of got distracted. I was just gonna overall second what Pascal was saying about that, and I know with the newsletter we started doing member spotlights. I was gonna say maybe it's a project or a research spotlight in addition to a member spotlight in those newsletters is one means of, I think, accomplishing what he's suggesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me personally, I mean, I always enjoy listening on webinars and learning from people's previous experience, whether it's applying some new method or even an established method in a new way. Any opportunities like that to learn how other people in industry are solving problems is something I always love.
All right, cool. I think we'll try to do more of that. I just want to share with you guys. It just made me think of a recent work that Valerie Garin shared. It was lesson learned of our 30 years plus experience in automation and in aviation, and how does this still apply today on today's problem with SPO or autonomy. And it was very fascinating that she reviewed work prior to 2000 and how these issues still relate today. So it's a free paper. You can I think it's free. Or it was in Ergonomics and Design. So yeah, I think it was. I mean, it was a kind of cool lecture. So we could definitely ask Valerie to maybe to share some of that work in the user forum, because she contacted us recently to share a recent pre-access paper on perception of risk. So yeah. All right. I don't know if someone else would like to share maybe what your. I mean, we're about 5 minutes from the hour. I don't know if someone would like to share maybe a last ideas or a last expectation from this group. What would you like to see from our group?
I had a quick question, or just I'll throw it out there. Lately, I've been seeing a couple surveys going out in social media and across academic regarding a formal certification for human factor specialists. And I was just curious how the group felt about that.
Oof. There's a lot to consider. I haven't looked into it too much myself yet, so I'd have to look into what they're proposing for a certification to be able to give a better answer. But I'll take a note to look into it though.
Brian, I've looked into it a little bit recently. I haven't committed to it yet, but it's bcpe.org is the one for the U.S. Board of Certification in Professional Ergonomics, and they talk about their how to achieve that certification. That's the closest thing I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's Dr. Gernot Conrad out of Honeywell. I think it's been the latest sponsor or initiator, but right words I'm using, that I've seen in his team. I know they put out a couple papers regarding it, and I know it's gone up against ESA. But it's more so concentrated against aircraft cockpits and design of cockpits. My perspective, the human factors field is quite diverse. And yeah, if there's going to be a certification of any kind, I think it would have to be specific to a career field, but not general. That's
Some
my
kind of
2 cents.
subspecialty.
Right. Because you really need a composite group of people to form that good expertise to design something. There's human factors is such an umbrella for so many sub specialties.
Yeah, that BCPE, they don't have it industry specific, but they do have it broken down a little bit into like 3 different paths. I think there is a overarching human factors certification route. I think there's like an ergonomics specific route, and then there's a UX specific route, but it doesn't break it down by industry. Like I think what you're suggesting from Gernot, like aviation human factors, for example, or nuclear medicine or medical.
Right. And so like where does crew resource management and psychology decision making come in when something goes wrong in the aircraft? So and that all plays a part in a design or usability of something. So all right. Good conversation.
All right, good. Well, thank you very much for that, Brian, Adam. I think that wrap it up. So we're about the hour. So thank you all guys for coming. I know that a lot of people had to leave because there are other meetings, other events. So yeah, thank you all. I was very glad to get to meet you, to meet all of you, and I hope to see you in 10 days from now in Phoenix. All right.
See you all
Thank you very
soon.
much.
All right, Eddie. Bye bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye. Have a good one.
Thanks for having us.